Hi there. Now we're going to read lesson 344. Today I learned the law of love, that what I give my brother is my gift to me. This is where we got to understand giving and receiving are one because there's only one son. There's only a oneness here appearing as separate beings that are giving and receiving to each other. Let's go to paragraph 1. This is the prayer. This is your law, my Father, not my own, acknowledging these laws have been created by God. I have not understood what giving means and thought to save what I desired for myself alone. Yeah, we tend to be selfish and keep to ourselves what we think is best, not realizing that the best is actually what comes to us when we extend it out, give it. And as I looked upon the treasure that I thought I had, I found an empty place where nothing ever was or is or will be. Who can share a dream? When you're attempting to share the illusion that you got to work really hard to become something, that one day we're going to achieve nirvana, that one day we're going to get over there, follow this priest or this teaching or this philosophy to get something, to get to God. Well, that's all empty stuff, but we've all been chasing that thinking it's going to get us somewhere. Who can share a dream? If there's nothing in it, who can share that? And what can an illusion offer me? Yet he whom I forgive will give me gifts beyond the worth of anything on earth. Let my forgiven brothers fill my store with heaven's treasures, which alone are real. Thus is the law of love fulfilled, and thus your son arises and returns to you. See, when we decide to forgive others, we are basically accepting the fact that we have all forgotten. We all forgot that we are one with God. We all forgot that we're whole and complete. We all forgot. We fell under the trance. The mass consciousness has taught us all to believe things that are not true. And when we begin to realize the truth, we forgive others for they know not what they're doing. We forgive ourselves for not knowing what we're doing. But now that we know what we're doing, forgiveness is the only thing that undoes what we did. That didn't change anything between us and God, but it created a veil of separation, an illusion. And that's why we want to remove the veil. Forgive myself for having put that veil there. Let me be the one that removes it. Because it is an active participation that the law of love, we have been loved unconditionally. God has never stopped loving us, is never going to punish us. Just because we drew a veil that doesn't change who we are, it just changes our experience of ourselves, does not mean that God is upset with us. It just means that God is waiting patiently, lovingly, as a loving, unconditionally loving parent would do. Not a dysfunctional parent that's going to punish you when you get home, but an unconditionally loving parent would say, hey, you've been pretending to be what you're not. It's Halloween. Take the costume off. You are still as God created you. You're still the same being that was born from this body. Just because you played Halloween, played a ghost, or played a witch doesn't change who you are. But you got to stop believing that you're that and take the costume off. That's what Jesus is teaching us, that God is saying to us. God said it to Jesus. Jesus is telling us. God will say the same thing. Why? Because we are one with the Father who wants to love us. And for us to feel the love of the Father, we've got to extend it to our brother. Love God with all your might, then love your neighbor as yourself. Love your brothers, your sisters as yourself. That commandment's been around for 2,000 years. How much longer do you want to perpetuate the veil of separation? Well, it's going to continue until you decide that you want to love because your life depends on it, your peace depends on it, your freedom depends on it. Let's go to paragraph 2 in lesson 344. Paragraph 2, how near we are to one another. As we go to God, how near is He to us? How close the ending of the dream of sin and the redemption of the Son of God. We are so close. All it takes is a decision from us to extend only love. And how do you do that? By forgiving. Why would you want to forgive? Because then you receive the experience of that unconditional love that says, I am going to place no conditions between you and me. I am going to be exactly as God created me because I want to feel the love of the Father in me because I give it to receive it. It sounds selfish, yes, but it is necessary that you realize that you are worthy to receive love, but you receive it by giving it to your holy brothers and sisters, because you cannot think something about them that is not the same about who you are. You accept your holiness, you accept their holiness, all of us then can receive the most delicious love ever, that ever will be, which is the love of the holiest of holiest, the love of God. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.